What's going on, you guys? Today I'm going to show you exactly how to grow your coaching and consulting business online. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Jeremy Pogue and I help coaches and consultants grow their businesses and make a ton of money. So whether you're just starting out looking to get to your first 10K a month, we've helped people go from 0 to 10K in the first 30 days. We've helped people go from about 20K to 50K in about 48 hours. We've helped people launch their mastermind and pull in $120,000 in the first 7 days. So if you're interested, if you're looking for help growing your coaching consulting business online, book in a call down below and let's set up a call and see if you're a good fit. So anyways, let's get into it, guys. So today's video, I'm gonna show you exactly how we help people grow their online consulting and coaching businesses. So we've noticed that in order to build a long-term sustainable business online, there's 3 things you need to have dialed in. You need to have a good offer, you need to have good marketing that packs up the calendar, and you need to be good at sales to close those calls. So I'll break down each one of those a little bit here, and I'll start with the offer. So this is kind of like what you're selling. This is who you're selling it to, what you're helping them with, really mapping out the transformation that you're helping them achieve, right? So it's important to actually get very clear on that. So you need to know exactly what your target audience is, what problems they have, and how to solve those, right? So a couple factors to consider are the more painful the problem you're solving, the more likely somebody's gonna invest more money to solve that problem, right? If you're selling to people that are broke, it's gonna be pretty dang hard to build a solid business at scale, right? So make sure your audience has buying power. Third one, make sure they're easy to find and target online. When I started my first business, targeting mortgage brokers, helping them grow their businesses online, the only reason I chose LinkedIn is because I just went to the search bar, I typed in mortgage broker, and literally millions of mortgage brokers came up, and it was super easy to get in touch with them, connect with them. So those are a few things to consider in terms of your audience. Anyways, in terms of how to structure it all as well, that could be a topic for another discussion, but essentially really just making sure that the delivery is on point, right? How do you actually fulfill your promise that you made to your client and get them the desired outcome that they're looking for? So there's a lot of different ways. It really depends on exactly what you're looking to do. But we can go into that a little bit more in depth on the other side. But anyways, yeah, so kind of to tie it all up together, right? So you get the front end, the back end. We kind of covered the back end, the delivery, client results, client success, stuff like that. But on the front end, positioning, right? If you're in an industry like coaching or consulting, and if you're not super like hyper niche down, chances are you're probably positioned as a bit of a commodity, right? You're probably blending in with everybody else out there. You might even get people asking on sales calls, okay, so what makes you any different than this other guy I talked to last week? And then you're sitting there with your thumb up, you know what, not knowing what to say. And then you go into the technicals, the tool talk and stuff like that, and it's kind of a race to the bottom, right? So in terms of positioning, you want to position yourself as an expert, as the authority, the go-to authority in that space, where people that are in your audience, in your market, that have problems that you help people solve, come to you and they think of you first, right? So you need to be positioned well, you need to establish your authority, and you need to really just own the frame and have clients come into you, which kind of leads me into the next point, which is marketing, right? So we covered offer. You need to have a good offer. So it's like delivery, positioning, structure, stuff like that. And then second one, marketing, right? Packing up the calendar. I mean, if you're really serious about scaling up and like to get to like 10K a month, you could probably get away with like 1 call a day, right? If you're booking 1 sales call a day at like let's call it a 10% close rate for beginners, right? That's like 1 new client every, what would that be, like 5 calls a week, 1 new client every 2 weeks. And then over the course of a couple months, you'll get better at sales, you'll start booking a couple calls, and depends on kind of how much you're charging. I mean, those 2 clients there, 2 clients a month, if you charge 5K, there's 10K right there, right? So anyways, you can definitely get away with that. But really, if you're serious about scaling, like what we're doing to do about 150 grand a month with Consulting Blueprint, we're booking about like anywhere from like 8 to 15 calls a day, right? So if we're taking 8 to 15 sales calls every single day, if we're closing about 25 to 30% of those, then we're gonna be doing about anywhere from 5 to 10 $15,000 a day. And then that's how you can get that sustainability, that consistency, right? It really stems in your marketing. So how do you book sales calls? Well, it's important to understand that like appointment setting is a skill as much as sales is as well, right? At the start, you're probably gonna be a little awkward, you're gonna be a little uncomfortable. It'll be like the first time you started, like you tried to like flirt with a guy or a girl, right? You're not really gonna know what to say, you're gonna get kind of nervous, and you'll probably just butcher it quite a bit. So it's important to understand that like, hey, it probably won't go very well, because as with every new skill, you're going to be rusty, but as time gets on, as you get more practice and more reps, you'll get better and better at appointment setting. It also really helps having somebody who is a master at appointment setting to just look over your shoulders, take a look at your conversations, and show you what to do. And that's exactly what we help you with inside the consulting blueprint. So anyways, moving on with appointment setting, it's also important to understand like daily KPIs, right? What do I need to do? What are my daily actions every single day that will move the needle forward and help me get results, right? How many people do I need to reach out to? How many people do I need to connect with? How many conversations do I need to start? How many links do I need to send? How many calls do I need to book? Blah, blah, blah. You kind of reverse engineer from how many clients you want, closing rate, how many links you send. You can throw a show up rate in there too. And then kind of reverse engineer to how many new friends you need to connect with every single day, or prospects, and then you can kind of build it from there. So yeah, to kind of tie the whole thing together with marketing and the offer as well in terms of positioning, we found the best way to do that is with the Flywheel Model, which is what we teach inside the Consulting Blueprint. It really just encompasses the whole kind of client acquisition process and delivery side of things, and it really just helps you position yourself as that authority. It compounds over time, meaning the efforts that you do today are going to really just expand and have a lot more leverage for down the road. But anyways, it kind of ties into the last point, which is sales, and then I'll kind of tie this all back in together and bring it all back down to earth. But essentially, sales, you need to know how to sell, right? So you need to either follow a script or a framework. I don't really like using the word script because every single prospect you speak with is going to be completely different from the next, going to have different problems and stuff like that. So certain questions on a script, if you're just reading from a script, A, not only does it sound robotic, but B, some questions might not be relevant to that specific person, right? And then what happens if you go off the script? Then you're kind of lost, stumbling upon your words, not really knowing what to say. So it's important to understand the framework, the kind of general idea of it, which I'll give you a bit of a rundown right now as well. So the typical sales process, after having looked at a ton of the top sales scripts in this industry, it pretty much starts out, build some rapport, set the frame, really own it, and then ask questions to figure out their current situation, right? What are their problems? Why are they on the call with you? What are they trying to solve? And really just get to the bottom of like, what's going on in their business, what are the problems, and why they can't solve it themselves. Then go into what do they actually want, right? What are their goals, what are their dreams, what are their hopes, desires, aspirations? What would life be like in the perfect world for them? And then why? Dig into that, uncover some emotion, right? And then ask them, okay, so what's stopping you from getting there on your own? And you kind of get them to release some attachment to the result. But what we're doing is we're creating a contrast, a separation between where they are and where they want to be. And then you position yourself as that vehicle, as that opportunity to get from where they are to where they want to be. So for example, with us at Consulting Blueprint, we help you get from where you are right now in your business to where you want to be, right? So whether you're a coach or an online consultant, chances are you have these goals, you haven't been able to hit them. We can help you get there because we'll just kind of break down exactly, okay, what have you been doing? That can let us know like what you've been doing, why it hasn't been working, and then we can show you a better way to do it, introduce the Flywheel Model, and really just help you master sales as well. And then hit your wildest dreams and crush your business goals, just like a lot of our clients are doing inside the program. So anyways, in terms of sales, it is a skill that you need to master. And if you master sales, if you know how to sell, you will literally never go hungry ever again, because you know exactly how to sell, how to get people to pay you money, and deliver a promise to them as well on the back end. So sales is like a muscle. So when you're going to the gym, it's going to suck at first, right? The weights are going to feel really heavy, but then let's say after a lot of practice, after a lot of reps, picking up and putting down the same amount of weight, over time you're going to get stronger. And then eventually that same amount of weight that felt really heavy initially, the weight didn't change. It's still going to be as heavy, but you just got stronger, you just got better, and therefore you can do a lot more reps, and you'll just have a much higher capacity to do that. And sales is the same thing. The more reps you take, the better you're going. Like the more sales calls you take, the more reps, the better you're going to be at sales. You're not going to need a script anymore. You're going to know exactly how to navigate the conversation. But also, it's also like a muscle in the sense that if you don't use it, you lose it, right? You always need to be doing sales training. You always need to have somebody watching your sales call recordings with you to tell you how to improve and show you where to improve and how to do better the next time, which is, once again, exactly what we help our clients with. We just hop on one-to-ones pretty much as per request whenever needed, and just dissect their sales call recordings. So that way you know exactly what to do, how to fix your sales process, what you've been doing wrong, how to say things a little bit differently and stuff like that. So really rapid feedback. And anyways, to kind of bring all this back in together, the offer, marketing, sales, right? The flywheel model, because it's like a flywheel, what we teach our clients is that like the more sales calls you book, the more sales calls you take. So A, you get better at appointment setting, B, you get better at sales, but you also get a lot more feedback, right? You learn a lot more about the problems, you sign some clients too, which means you get better at delivery, and it just kind of compounds and feeds into itself, right? And then the more clients you serve, the more case studies you'll get, which then you can throw back into your marketing and really just build it up and compound from that solid foundation. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you found this helpful, drop a like button, hit subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. Send me a message over on Instagram at Jeremy_Pogue, and let me know you came from YouTube. If you've got any questions, let me know. But if you're actually serious about growing your coaching consulting business online, reach out. Book in a call in the description down below, or send me a message on Instagram. Let's have a conversation and see if we can help you out. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.